evening. Welcome to the Glazov Gang. Tonight, the best Glazov gang ever. With us this evening, back by popular demand, Dwight Schultz, a superstar Hollywood actor who played Murdoch on NBC's The A-Team and Barclay on Star Trek The New Generation.
No, The Next Generation.
The Next Generation.
And Voyager.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I apologize. I keep
That's all right.
those
That's all right. You can just stop at, Star Trek and A-Team.
And back by popular demand, the one and only Anne-Marie Murrell. And the crowd goes wild. The National Director of Politichicks.tv. And the one and only Eminem, Monty Morton. A walking encyclopedia of facts.
My head's going to explode.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Glazov Gang.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
Dwight, you've been gone for a while,
Yes.
but something's going on with this German-sounding video game.
No, I can
movie?
finally say some of the things I've done. I have to sign non-disclosure agreements now because most of my work is video games. So I'm in a new video game of an old video game called Wolfenstein, and the character is probably...
Say that again. How do you...
Wolfenstein.
That's great.
But the character is probably the most outrageously repulsive character I've ever portrayed. No one would ever cast me in Hollywood, but in a video game you have an avatar now. And the character's name is Death's Head. And it was a lot of fun to be that repulsive. And that's why I enjoy being here.
Yeah, okay. Congratulations, Dwight. Anne-Marie, your thoughts on this or an update on what you've been doing?
Give us a line. What did you say?
I couldn't actually. I'm not going to give it away.
Do you cuss?
No, I don't curse. No.
You speak German?
I don't speak German. I use a dialect, of course. But it's, let me just say this. It's the conceptual idea is that the Nazis won World War II.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, interesting.
Anne-Marie, you've been doing a lot of exciting things lately. Are you allowed to talk about some of them?
I think I can talk about some of them.
About how long can you
I'll talk about, you and I were on the Rick Amato show. I hosted, and I got to ask you the questions. That was fun.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, please. You're an easy guest. You're easy.
Okay.
In a good way.
This is deep and dark.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. And Monty, what's going on in your life lately?
I went to the 7-Eleven this morning to get a cup of coffee.
Okay.
And I've been deep in preparation for this evening.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Before we begin discussing the serious issues of our time, once again, Eminem is here because of my uncle Marek, who recommended him. And Marek is the president of the Florida chapter of the Glazov Gang. And there's also my auntie Lena, who is Marek's wife. And we want to talk a little bit about my auntie tonight because she's a great artist. And we're going to put up some of her paintings up while we talk right now. Really, really beautiful, extremely talented. And you can see them flashing across the screen at the moment. And visit her website to see more of her tremendous work at linakarts.com. LINAKARTS.com. Dwight, your thoughts on Auntie Lena's paintings?
I was taken by her impressionistic work, more impressionistic work.
Interesting you say that.
Yeah.
Because May I jump in?
Please.
Because
You guys do whatever you want to do on this show.
Because I was taken by the fact, there were two paintings there that struck me. One was called Russian Summer, which looked like a cross between Picasso and Murrell.
Yes, I love it.
And then the one that got you was the one, I mean, her style is so eclectic and so diverse because she goes from mild cubism, Murrell, and then she goes to French Impressionism.
Right. I was taken by that too. She was.
You didn't know you had art experts here, did you?
Yeah.
No, thank you. I knew you were an art expert. And Dwight?
Well, that's why I chose this color tonight. Because of the paintings.
And Anne-Marie, what did you think of Auntie
I think it's so
Lena's?
cute that you guys are matching. That's adorable.
Yeah, it is.
That's really sweet. She's so talented. Were you adopted? I mean, are you blood relatives?
Have you ever bled?
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most, the talent of my Auntie Lena and how you support her beautiful paintings.
A 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
10.
10?
I was, seriously, kidding aside, I was really struck by the fact that she really she's able to pivot and go into different types of art genres and milieus.
Monty, is there anything that you don't know about?
Brain surgery.
Now,
He didn't give her a number, though, you notice. And I give her a 3.
No, it's somewhere between 9 and 10.
Okay,
That's
excellent. My Auntie Lena's paintings, check them out at linakarts.com, LINAKARTS.com. Ladies and gentlemen, let us begin a discussion of the serious issues of our time. Anne-Marie, you're not looking serious.
I'm waiting to hear the serious stuff.
Okay. What do you want to start with? Dwight?
Oh, please.
What are you most upset about?
Well, I'm really upset by the fact that the president has said that he is now going to spend the last 3 years of his execrable administration attempting to bring about income equality. I mean, I wish he would just say he was an international socialist and a neo-Marxist. Just say it, as opposed to torturing us with watching him turn this country into his little mini Marxist paradise. So I'm furious. I'm furious that he did this today when this health care situation is a debacle of extraordinary, an epic debacle. It's beyond belief. Some of the things that they're talking about this website now, that there is no back end to it. Mm-hmm. No back end to it, and he went out there saying how great it was.
What does it mean exactly, no back end?
What it means? Okay, I'm sorry.
No.
Over to the Encyclopedia of Facts.
Basically, what it means is this. There are basically 2 segments to the website. The one that obtains the information, provides you 8 to 10 pages of information as to you have this plan, you have this plan, you have this plan. But then there's a whole other section of the software where that information has to be transmitted to the insurance company, and there has to be a mechanism which allows monies to be also transmitted to the insurance company. Now, what really, really frosts me, and I know it frosts Dwight, and it absolutely fries Anne-Marie, is that, and the good Dr. Glazov, is the administration stated that the website is now ready to run at private enterprise velocity.
Oh.
Let me tell you something, folks. If Amazon or Google ran at the velocity of the website, they would be out of business. Amazon is able to deal with 200 to 300 transactions a second. So here's what happens. I go onto the website, I put in my information, and it probably gets hacked, and I probably get audited by the IRS. And then I want to make the connection between the government website, and then the government website has to make a connection with either that particular insurance company I choose, or that insurance company, or that insurance company, and monies have to be transmitted. The website is only capable of doing the first half. It cannot transmit the information to the insurance company, and certainly can't transmit the money. So now, where are we sitting? We've got 5.5 million people whose insurance has been canceled. They're sitting with their thumbs in their ear, not knowing whether or not they have coverage. And here's how they... Do you want to talk about how they want to solve this
Okay,
issue?
just wait. But please.
I mean, I am so...
Wait a minute, wait 1 second. All my viewers love the knowledge that they're hearing, but 99% like to see Anne-Marie.
To put this really in plain and simple English, the website says apply, shop, and buy. You can apply, sort
Good
of.
point.
It's the website is broken. Maybe you can apply. Shop, that's where you enter all your private information, all your most intimate details, and it can be hacked. It's been hacked. Then the last part, buy. There is nothing. They admitted last night at 8 o'clock Eastern time that part of the website doesn't work. It's not built. So thousands of people who were able to get into the website somehow think that they have health insurance, that in January that they're going to be covered. They will not. Well, the other bugaboo in this situation is Kathleen Sebelius is giving our federal government permission to write blank checks to insurance providers. If Kaiser Permanente says, oh, I don't know, maybe I'll need $10 million, there you go.
Excellent. Okay.
And then they'll make up the difference.
And this is not in the law. This is law being written by the executive branch. It is unconstitutional. You just had a congressional hearing, and a very important thing was stated by Professor Cannon of the Cato Institute, who said that if the president is seen to be unlawful, it's just a matter of time before citizens say, I can be unlawful. This is a precedent that is, I think, beyond belief. This particular thing, estimates. We're going to allow them to estimate how much money we're going to give them, and we're going to write checks out of the federal treasury. This is ridiculous.
You know, they wrote that supposedly the reason that they threw out the entire American healthcare system is because they talked about insurance companies being so corrupt. And oh, you shouldn't trust them. They overcharge you. So now they're going to give those same insurance companies blank checks, our federal tax dollars, without just guesstimating.
Well, what's egregious, and getting back to Anne Marie's point, in terms of what the administration knew and when they knew it, back in November 19th, Henry Chow, who is the administration official in charge of overseeing the website, told the administration, we don't have a back end. It hasn't been written. It doesn't work. And yet Obama goes and rolls out this thing and says it's working at 80% or 90% officially? Baloney!
More lies.
Anyway, parenthetical statement. I'm sure that you have fans who play golf and are golf fans.
No.
Now you're probably wondering where I'm going with this. The United States Golf Association is changing their terminology for 2014. The golf term bad lie will now be known as an Obama.
Is that real? I
No,
don't play golf.
that was a joke.
Okay.
Here's another one you won't
Okay.
like.
Excellent. Glazov gang members, let's focus in a little bit on the administration saying that Obamacare is bending the cost curve. But let's ask, are the costs not really actually getting higher? Anne-Marie?
We were talking earlier, we need to look into the future. I think this could be the end of America. I mean, just the end of this country.
Collapse.
This is going to kill us. I think that this is the one thing. There are so many unanswered questions. There's so many open-ended everything. This is, I don't know.
Dwight? In terms of cost, and I mean,
There
the
is
debt
no
going
way.
up.
There simply is no way. I mean, we already know that what was supposed to be, $800 billion is now $2.5 trillion. The idea that, I mean, he says, this is what's killing. Most people who went to the website signed up for Medicaid. Handouts. Really, I mean, from the states. So, and he didn't parse it and say this is how many we have signing up in the free exchanges, although he was saying how wonderful they were. Most people signed up for Medicaid, which is government assistance, in essence. The cost is going to be staggering beyond belief, and the president must be called out on it. These dog and pony shows that he has.
And I'm sure MSNBC and CNN are going to call him out on it. You're the expert on costs rising. Tell us a bit about it.
Okay. We can talk about individuals, we can talk about averages, but let's take the more conservative approach. If we take a look at the 50 states, or in Obama's world, 57 states.
Right, 57.
Okay. Basically, this is how the costs break down. In 5 states, and this is the average cost, not the lowest or the highest, the average cost in 5 states have gone up from 2 to 14%. In 40 states, the cost is 20 to 142%. And only in 5 states have costs decreased. But here's where it gets interesting. And by the way, your numbers were right on, 800 billion and 2.5 trillion. Everybody, in order for this program to work, We need 7 million by March 1st. That's never going to happen. That's number one. Number two, the second leg of this issue is that they have to enroll 40% of young, healthy people. The way the premiums were determined, actuarially determined, is the young people. Those premiums were loaded about 2 times to help defer the costs for the sick. So question, if I'm 30 years old and my premium, and I've been to some of the state websites, is $220 for the bronze plan, which is the least expensive, with a $5,000 deductible, and I have to pay 40% copay, why the hell would I sign up?
We have come to the end of our first segment. What does all of this mean, Anne Marie?
I don't know. I think it's the end of America. I think this is the beginning of the end. I think this is going to be an economic collapse. I think that unemployment is going to. Why would anyone?
Anne Marie, is there a chance they're going to say, "Oh, this isn't working. Let's just stop"?
Not in this administration. He's already admitted. He said he will not repeal it, and that is what we need to do.
But the burden will be too heavy on the economic system.
Oh, yeah.
What he could do is jump in. Excuse me. What he could do is jump in somewhere around February and say, "Oh, we don't have 7 million." And since the insurance companies have to refigure the premiums in 2014 for 2015, he'll extend everything in order to capture more enrollment.
What it really means is that Ted Cruz was right all along, and Republicans were, the old guard Republicans are out and left field, so far out that they need to be removed. We have no one in the Republican Party, save for Ted Cruz and some of the other members of the Tea Party, who actually understand what's going on, that this is a blood sport. We have somebody who is purposefully destroying this country, and we have to have people to stand up and say it.
Okay, thank you. We'll be back in just a minute with our second segment of this Glazov game. We'll see you then.